Hello and welcome back to Mr. Caro Plays FM23. Now today we're going to look at another wonder kid, and like I said in the previous video, I'm using the list from FM Scout to determine these players. And this kid, wonder kid if you like, plays in Italy. Plays for Bari, and I am going to butcher these names perhaps throughout the series, but we're just going to go over it anyway. So yeah, he plays in Serie B in Italy for Bari, and his name is Ella Capri, or Caprul. Like I say, have a little bit butchered that name there, but hey, what can you do? So if we look at his stats, he's a 20-year-old goalkeeper, so perhaps a little bit older than maybe your average wonder kid, if you like. But his stats are pretty strong. I mean, you're not gonna have to pay a massive amount of money for him. You know, he's very. I mean, I don't know my goalkeeper stats as well as I know my outfield players, but he is very, consistently good in the areas that you'd want. Maybe his punching tendency is a bit high, but if reflex is 14. Command of area 14, just to point out the ones that he's positioning as 15. So he has got some really good solid stats at that age, and certainly if you give a good coach, you coach him well, is someone who I think you'd probably make into a very good goalkeeper. Now obviously, like I said, I touched on the price of 1 million to 3.1 million. I think that's an incredible price for that. I think you can really start to get some value out of a player pretty quick. And maybe even if you didn't make it to the highest level that you'd want, I think a resale value is definitely something you could get out of him. Now, if we look at his history, you can see that actually he's been to a couple of teams, and surprisingly an English team as well in there. So he went to Chivo, and again, I apologise if I butchered the name. Didn't play for them. Moved to Leeds in 2019-2020, and actually didn't play for them either. So yeah, I think obviously the Leeds owners have an Italian links, or certainly they did at that time. So that would perhaps understandably make that kind of idea of why he was there makes sense. Then he moved on loan to a team in Italy, Pro Patria, we're going to call him, and it was like the Serie C, and he played 36 times for them, and then he moved to Bari. Now, like I did in my previous videos, we are going to skip forward to 2028 and see what he is like then. So, with the power of YouTube, we are back, and as you can see, we are in Serie A, so this player has progressed up to a next division, stayed in Italy, which perhaps is surprising, or maybe not, depends how you look at it, I guess. But either way, he is now at Napoli. Now, in FM, they're not called Napoli, they're called Parfenope, something like that. Again, I apologise for butchering the name, but he is at Napoli if you're going by their real-life name. Now, if we look at the players and we look at the senior squad, you can see that he is their number one goalkeeper, which is not a massive surprise, perhaps, but there you go. That is where he is currently positioned. Now, if we look at his stats, you can see that a lot of the stats have now changed to 16s. His one-on-one is a 16. His aerial reach is a 16. Let's look at stamina 16, a jump and reach 16.